Good morning, it's Monday the 2nd of February. Welcome to Stu Steps Away. You join me here just refuelling at the Golden Arches, and I'll be off to Port Talbot very soon. Why Port Talbot, you may ask? All will be revealed. And here we are at Port Talbot Parkway. Reason for being in Port Talbot instead of Swansea this morning is because of that. The replacement bus service currently operating between Swansea and Port Talbot for the next week or so. Anyway, our train is due, which will take us up to London Paddington for our day out. So here we are on the 6:45 train up to London Paddington. When we get to London, we will be getting the tube across to the Emirates Stadium, where I have booked a Arsenal Legends tour around the stadium with Nigel Winterburn. Something I've been really looking forward to, having never been to the stadium before. Catch up with you as the journey continues.
We're making good progress towards London now, even if the weather's a bit wet and overcast. Yesterday, I should have stepped into partial retirement, but thanks to a change in pension administrators, that moment's been pushed back. Still, I'm not letting that stop anything. So, in the run up to that golden date, I'm taking some time away from the desk to start vlogging little adventures of my own.
This is Arsenal. This is a Piccadilly line service to Arsenal.
Arsenal Tube Station, the starting point for many a Highbury and Emirates adventure.
Just a stone throw away from Highbury, we now find ourselves on the outskirts of the Emirates Stadium, ready for our stadium tour. Welcome to the Emirates Stadium. My first time seeing it up close. Passed it a few times on the train, but never actually been here before. So hopefully you'll join me in the tour with Nigel Winterburn this morning, and we'll catch you soon.
And so our Emirates Legends tour commences. As we walk through the Directors' Lounge with its tables all set up ready for tomorrow night's Chelsea game, we see the Emirates pitch for the very first time. Opened in 2006 after a 2-year construction project, the Emirates Stadium seats just over 60,000 fans, making it one of the largest football stadiums in England. As we make our way back through the Directors' Lounge and Diamond Club, you can feel the matchday atmosphere slowly building around us. This is where the club hosts its pre-match hospitality for those lucky members and guests. A little world of calm before the noise kicks in. And just along the wall, there's a lovely detail, a replica of the old clock that once watched over the famous clock end at Highbury. A small reminder of the club's roots, sitting quietly in the middle of all this modern luxury. Before we leave the Directors' Lounge, there's a nod to one of the greatest achievements in football history, that invincible season. The display feels like quite a shrine to that unbeaten 2003-2004 side, even though it's a nightmare to film thanks to reflections on the glass. Down at the players' entrance is a time capsule from 2004. Nearly 40 Arsenal artefacts inside, including a lock of Charlie George's hair and a replica of Highbury. Arsenal history right under every player's feet when they enter the stadium. Entering through the players' entrance, this corridor forms the main route used by teams on match day. Along the left side is the home dressing room, equipped with all the facilities the squad relies on for preparation and recovery. Opposite, on the right, is a less glamorous away dressing room, with not quite the same level of facilities for visiting teams. The corridor leads straight ahead to the players' tunnel. We'll get to look at both dressing rooms in detail in a minute. We walk down towards the home dressing room, passing ice baths and the physio areas along the way. Then we arrive at one of the real highlights to me of this tour, the Arsenal dressing room. Sitting in the seats where our iconic players prepare on match days, we're treated to more insights from Nigel Winterburn.
Because in my period of time at Highbury, we had the most iconic dressing room in the league, and I walk into here and it's as if you're in a completely different world. The Highbury dressing room was probably less than half the size of this, so you came in through the main door.
The home changing room had both the men's and women's team shirts laid out by squad number. Just to the side is the manager's office, a plush boardroom style large room which is used by both Mikel Arteta and ladies head coach Renee Slagers. One thing that was good to see all around the Emirates is the celebration and promotion of both the men's and women's teams. Making our way out of the home dressing room, it was really interesting to see the differences in the away team area. Straight away, what hits you is the change in lighting, a lower, more subdued style that creates a very, very different mood. There are fewer facilities too, and in the centre of the changing area is a large wooden unit, strategically placed to break up that sense of team togetherness, a bit of clever psychological thinking from the Arsenal. The walk from the dressing room leads to the point where both teams line up before heading onto the pitch. This area connects directly to the technical zone and the playing surface. It's just a short walk, but one every player would know so well, linking the privacy of preparation with the public stage of the match. And as this superb tour is nearly over, we turn left to check out the media and press conference rooms. And of course, I had to sit in Mikel's seat. You just can't walk past that opportunity. So here I am, pretending to give my thoughts on the upcoming Chelsea game, like I actually know what I'm talking about. Honestly, I felt right at home. The final part of the tour was a Q&A with Nigel. Great questions and amazing answers. My favourite question asked, "What was the most memorable game you have ever played in?" He replied without even pausing, 1989, Anfield, Mickey Thomas. I say no more. A moment any Arsenal fan knows where they were when it happened. I know I certainly do. At the end, Nigel kindly signed photos. I had brought along 2 photos I'd personally taken at Highbury of him playing against Manchester United. We won 3-0 by the way, in 1998. To have Nigel sign these really made my day, as they are truly a one-off. Thank you so much, Nigel, and thank you for the great tour. After the tour, you're guided straight into the Arsenal shop. Everywhere you look, there's something calling your name. This season's shirts, iconic retro tops, full kits, badges, key rings, scarves. You're like a kid in a sweet shop. This particular lifestyler top from Adidas really caught my eye. Fresh, new take on the iconic early 90s bruised banana design. As soon as I saw it, nostalgia kicked in and, well, I might have accidentally ordered one the moment I got back home. It was brilliant wandering around and soaking it all in before heading outside to discover what else the Emirates and the surrounding area has to offer. So just outside the Emirates, literally across the road on Hornsey Road, you'll find something that every Arsenal fan needs to experience, and one that was near top of my to-do list, the Arsenal Graffiti Tunnel, also known as the Arsenal Cross Northbanksy Tunnel, and they've been completely transformed by the street artist Northbanksy. The walls are covered in bold, colourful artwork featuring Arsenal legends, iconic moments and modern stars. It honestly feels like you're walking through a fan-made tribute to the club. Fans describe it as amazing street art, and they are spot on. The detail is unreal. You've got murals of players and club heroes stretching right along the tunnel walls, and it's become a popular hotspot for photos before and after matches. If you're ever here on a match day or doing the stadium tour, make sure you head over to the tunnel. It's literally a 30-second walk from the stadium, and it's one of the coolest hidden gems in North London for any gooner. This is Arsenal, creativity, passion and proper North London pride sprayed across the walls. I'm just going to let you enjoy these works of art. A quick pit stop at the George, one of Arsenal's oldest pubs. First opened in 1886, the same year Arsenal were founded, and become a matchday local when the club moved to Highbury in 1913. Since then, generations of Gooners have packed in here before and after games, swapping stories, celebrating wins and living the Arsenal history together. On match days it's buzzing, wall to wall, red and white, big screens showing the build-up and that real North London energy. They even pour Gunners Lager, the pub's own Arsenal-themed beer, but it's become a favourite for supporters. I think that says it all really. Welcome to North London, home of the Arsenal. The iconic and legendary Arsene Wenger playing the Arsenal way. Mr. Arsenal himself, the one and only Tony Adams. Right here is the 1-0 to the Arsenal mural, and it just oozes old school Arsenal energy. Big bold lettering, that classic chant front and centre, and a proper nod to the George Graham era. It's simple, loud and proud, and every time you walk past it, you can almost hear the fans singing it. It's one of those pieces that remind you exactly where this club come from. The Arsenal women's mural, bold, bright and full of movement. The players are surrounded by these sweeping red ribbons with a trophy right in the middle, celebrating everything this team has achieved. It's powerful, modern and give the women's side the spotlight they've earned. On the global supporters wall, every section is packed with flags, colours and names of Arsenal fan clubs from all over the world. You've got countries side by side that would never meet anywhere else except through football, all connected by the cannon. It really feels like a giant shout out to the worldwide Arsenal family. And when you stand in front of it, you really get that sense that this club reaches way beyond North London. And this is the Opportunity Greatness mural. It celebrates Arsenal's academy and the idea that this club turns potential into legends. You see past graduates, rising stars, and this whole visual theme of growth and ambition. It's a reminder that greatness doesn't just arrive here, it's built here. Celebration Corner, a whole mural packed with Arsenal legends, frozen in their most iconic goal celebrations. You've got Henry, Bergkamp, Wrighty, Adams, Vieira, all those moments that still give you goosebumps. It's like a wall of pure Arsenal emotion. And just a few steps away, you hit the Thierry Henry statue, the king himself, mid-knee slide, exactly how we all remember him. Seeing the statue right after the mural just ties it all together. The history, the energy, the legacy. It's all right here around the stadium. Tucked just beside the Emirates sits the Arsenal Museum, a quiet space that tells a story far louder than the matchday roar outside. A story that begins in 1886 when Arsenal were founded in Woolwich under the name Dial Square, before evolving into the club we know today. The journey takes you through the defining moment of 1913, when the club moved north to Highbury. A move that shaped everything that followed. Highbury became the home of football, a ground famed for its Art Deco stands, immaculate pitch and generations of legend who carved their name into Arsenal history. Inside the museum, you walk through more than a century of triumphs, setbacks, reinventions and unforgettable nights. From the early Woolwich days to Herbert Chapman's innovations, to the era of the Invincibles. Every era has its own space, its own heartbeat, its own echo waiting in the glass cabinets. Old shirts, match balls and trophies sit just inches away, markers of a club that kept evolving. From Highbury's tight corridors to the sweeping stands of the Emirates Stadium, it's a place where every fan, young or old, can trace the line from where Arsenal began to where we stand today.
Arsenal Tube Station, the starting point for many an adventure at Highbury. Avenel Road is just up there, where the Highbury Stadium is. On match days, this would be rammed with people,
selling programmes, scarves, food and tickets. The buzz would be amazing. Lots of singing, lots of chanting, and just a general busyness about itself. So the players' entrance is now covered by a new building, and just around here we have the old Highbury Stadium. Walking down this street is where the coach would drop the home team and the away team off, and down here you would hear "Get Your Gooner Here," programmes. Anybody want any tickets? Anyone got any tickets for sale? Walking up the steps of Highbury, and a sneaky look through the window there. The Arsenal artwork still on the gates to the doors. I have very strong memories of walking down here. Couldn't get tickets for the game on May the 3rd, 1998 against Everton. But we stood outside here and the noise was deafening. Tony Adams scored a last minute goal which actually won us the championship. Amazing times. Not much left now of the old inside of Highbury. This is down the end of the east stand, which is where we would have sat in the North Bank, or certainly entered the ground from this particular part of the road, through the narrow turnstiles and into the old Highbury Stadium. Just up from the Arsenal tube station is this quirky house. I just couldn't resist taking a quick video of it. 166 Gillespie Road. How quirky is that? Preparations underway now for the Chelsea Cup game tomorrow, of which Arsenal's going into with a 2-1 lead over Chelsea. You can see the lights are flickering. They're obviously preparing the pre-match display and testing it out. So it's been a busy and enjoyable day at the Emirates Stadium today. Time to head back to Swansea soon, but beforehand we'll just grab some food at the Spoons near the Highbury Islington railway station. Food has arrived. Washed down with a pint of left. Fantastic. That's me suitably refuelled at the Wetherspoons. We're now going to get the tube back into London Paddington on the Victoria line. Here we are, Port Talbot Parkway train, leaving Paddington at 7:48, our final part of the journey home. And here we are, sitting back on the train, ready to head back to Port Talbot, and a short drive back to Swansea. Hope you've enjoyed the day today. It's been long, it's been tiring, it's been a lot of steps, but it's been an amazing time at the Emirates Stadium with Nigel Winterburn, and also just looking around the artefacts of Arsenal in the museum, and also looking around at Highbury as well.
I hope you've enjoyed it today. It is literally my first video, my first vlog, and my first time using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which has been perfect. I hope to see you again soon. Please like and subscribe the video, and yeah, we'll see you soon.